Hello everyone, and today I'm doing a little video on Flight Simulator X. Today I'm flying a Boeing 737 and I'm going to do a short haul, very short haul flight, domestic, between Manchester Airport in the UK to Liverpool Airport in the UK. This is a really short flight. It won't take very long, but I'm just going to do a little review of Flight Simulator properly this time. Last time was a bit stupid, but we'll hop straight into it and I'll do a little flight. This is probably going to end absolutely awfully for me, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. We'll be making use of the instrument landing system and the autopilot, which we have here on our MCP. And we're going to use our comm stack to do an ILS landing at Liverpool. So let me bring up the map. Here we go, we've got our GPS. We're currently in Manchester. If we zoom out, we have on our map here is Liverpool. So we're currently facing the wrong way, so we're going to climb up to about 6,000 or 7,000 feet and then do basically a 180 on ourselves and fly down towards the west here, over the sea and back into Liverpool, and we'll be doing a 30-degree turn into our landing approach pattern into Liverpool. There are a few things you need to know for your ILS landing. The first thing is the course of the runway you're landing at. Well, I'm going to be landing on runway 5 of Liverpool. The course for that is 88 degrees, and we need to know the ILS frequency of the runway we're landing at, and for Liverpool runway 5 is 111.75. Now we're going to go ahead and plumb these into our comm stack and our MCP before we get going. So first of all, we're going to want to look at our comm stack. So if you press space and move down, we have our comm stack down here. Alternatively, if you press shift and 2 on the keyboard, it will bring it up as a panel on the screen, and you can move this around wherever you want. You can put it off screen or move it around so it's not in the way, but we'll be doing it from the actual virtual cockpit. So we're going to want to zoom in and have a look. So basically at the top we have our communications. We're going to ignore these are for air traffic control radios, and down here where the white knobs are in our Boeing 737 we have our navigational radios. So I'm going to go on and put in here in the standby 111.75, and before we get to the approach we're going to want to press that button, which will swap them round into the active nav, but for now we'll stick with 113.7. So let's zoom out and we're going to go to our MCP. In our course, this is for our nav, we're going to want to change this to 88. This is for Liverpool Airport runway 5, but you'll have to use some airport charts and a how-to guide on how to get the course for the runway. So let's zoom out, and we're going to want to set our flaps. So we're going to go down here. We don't want to set them all the way, we want to set them to about 3, maybe 4. Don't want them all the way open, so 1 up from all the way open is what we're going to have. Okay, right, so we're going to want to set our landing lights, runway lights. Yep, I'm nowhere near proficient in Flight Simulator. I'm not really that good at it, if I'm honest. But it's one of those games that I like to just be silly in and fly around ridiculously. But I'm going to try and fly it as well as I can in this video. Right, so let's have a look at the outside of our plane, shall we? Let's go outside. So it's a really nice, nice model of the plane. And we're going to fly it from inside, because that is how pilots do it. You can see from the wing, let's just double check out all our systems are working. Spoilers. Yep. Okay, our flaps should be down. Let's put them all the way. And then put them 1 up from that for our takeoff position. Okay, and now back into the cockpit. Everything's fine, we've not got any warning or cautions or anything untoward. So now we want to set the autopilot up. We want to be cruising at about 230 knots, so we'll put it down to 230. We're currently holding a heading of 54. We want to fly outwards at 54 and then turn around, so we're probably going to set this to 54 to keep us on the straight and narrow for a little while. And we want to climb to an altitude of about 6,000 with a vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute. So we don't want to select anything to do towards VOR or approach or anything at the moment. But we want heading on, speed on, auto throttle on, speed, altitude, hold. Oh, okay, maybe not just yet. That was my mistake. I forgot that it automatically activates the auto throttle when you do that. So yeah, we're ready for takeoff. We are lined up straight on the runway, I think. Yep. Right, we're ready for takeoff. So hold the brake on and power the engines up. And then all the way in and let go of the brakes. So we're just going to get off of the ground and then we're going to activate our autopilot system. But for takeoff we'll do that manually. So when we hit about 160 to 180 knots we're going to lift off. So we're now at V1. And then V2 and rotate. So we'll see this from the outside. So we want to have about a 15 degree to 20 degree pitch for now as we're taking off. Right, our gears are going to go in. And our flaps up too. So there's our gears up, as we can see outside. They are now up. Our flaps are currently retracting. And I'll focus back over here. So we want to keep climbing, ideally. So keep about a 10 degree nose pitch until we hit about 3,000, and then I'll activate autopilot. So I think now would be a good time to activate it. So we'll go for speed, heading, auto throttle, altitude hold, and command autopilot. So the auto throttle will slow us down because we're currently almost over speed, and we'll be cruising at a nice 230 knots. Maybe go up a little more on that, 250. Right. So as we're climbing, I think we'll bring up the GPS and we'll have a look at the scale of the situation. We're going to do a complete 180 on ourselves. So we're currently doing 54, so we're going to want to bring that directly behind us. So we'll subtract 180 off that in a minute and fly back over towards the sea in the west. So we're currently climbing, letting the autopilot do all of the hard work. Keeping us on the straight and narrow. Right, we're going to want to alter a course now, not a course, but our heading to 234. This will send us behind us and do a complete flip over the ocean. The autopilot is your best friend. You don't have to touch anything apart from do the calculations. I'm probably going to do a bit more of an elaborate approach than I suggested, because we're going to have to come into Liverpool approach around between 30 and 40 degree angle to allow the ILS to position ourselves for the runway. So let's just let her turn around, and we'll probably adjust our course to fly slightly further outwards than we were initially going to do. So if we open up our map here, what we're going to do is we're going to fly down and loop back round over the top of Holyhead and come into Liverpool Airport. I could land from this side of Liverpool Airport, however I don't have the ILS frequency on hand, or the course. Well, I don't have the course on hand. I could get the ILS frequency easily. So we're now on course for our heading. Move this down here out of the way. So we have Manchester Airport out the window there. We've just flown from. We've done a complete 180 on ourselves. So I'm going to adjust the heading until we're going 210. So bring that up a little bit more. There we go, and that should allow us to fly around Liverpool Airport. Going to increase our cruising speed a little bit more to 270. Okay. I'm just going to speed up the simulation so we get there a little quicker. Actually, no, we'll enjoy the flight. Got plenty of time. So we're just flying over the Manchester Airport below, doing about 6,000 feet. Probably climb a little bit more, 7,000. Obviously, airliners usually float around about between 20 and 36,000 feet. But because of the short flight we're doing, we don't want to be anywhere near that high. We're not even through the clouds yet. So zoom in. We've got EGGP, which is Liverpool Airport. So we're gonna, here's Harden, EGNR. So we're gonna fly around over here and move back in to a 30-degree angle, because we've got our airport here and we want to probably intercept it across here to land using the ILS system. You can do an approach pattern using the GPS. You switch this to GPS and then you go, right, I want to land at EGGP, so we'll set here and go here, and then EGGP, Liverpool, enter, activate. So we've got a map there, and then we click proc, select approach, ILS 09, and this is coming in to the airport from, I might be runway 9 actually, I'm landing on, to the airport here, so we can select vectors, and we can load it, then it'll give us our waypoints for our flight. So we'll close this, and it'll show us our entry pattern into the ILS. So we more or less want to come in via a 30-degree angle, because we want to follow this course here. Or we could enter here and do a full circle and let the ILS land down here, but I'm going to do it around a bigger space, so to speak, to give our aircraft enough time to descend and land. So, right, we're going to adjust our heading now to fly towards Harden. So we're going to go for 238. Do not use any of what I'm saying in this video in real life flight, because I really do not know anything. I'm just kind of bringing off the top of my head what I already kind of know. I've not had any formal training or anything, so don't take anything I say to heart. So we actually have Liverpool Airport over there in the distance. Oh no, wait, that's Harden. Liverpool will be over here. Right, let's see where we are. Okay, bring the heading up a little more. $250 will do. So we've got Harden Airport here. Liverpool Airport is actually down there, because there's a Runcorn Bridge, and Liverpool Airport is along here. So we're going to just do a nice little loop. So now we're probably going to want to start setting up our ILS system. So we got our comm stacks here. We're going to swap these over and make sure nav1 is set on the radio. Our ILS now comes up on here, down here, so we'll close this down, open map, and bring our heading round. Actually, I'm going to shut that up for a minute because it's annoying. Get ourselves on a 30-degree pattern to come in. So, balloon it out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do a nice little turn. So we're on course. To 300. And keep going. 310. And we're going to start bringing our altitude down. We're going to want to come down to about 4,000. Just under 4,000, so. And we're going to want to control our speed down to probably about 230. So we should start to see the speed drop down here to the pink marker. And bring the speed down a little bit more. 210. And we're going to want to bring our vertical speed down to 2000. And go a lot more on the heading. Go crazy. 325. We're probably a little bit close to Liverpool actually. Let's come back out a bit. How not to do it? Okay, now I'm going to swing it around. Bring our speed down even more, slow ourselves down. Right, now I'm going to activate the ILS radar, ILS nav com. And we're going to want to keep it on nav. And turn off heading selection and the localizer switch when we are on a 30-degree course for Liverpool. So, our heading, bring it back a little bit, zoom in. So here's our runway here, the green bit, and we're going to bring it round up here a little bit and then fly it in. So we're going to want to stop our heading here. About right. And turn a bit more. To 0. And we're going to bring our altitude down a little bit more, maybe 3000. I'm going to follow the nav beacons into approach pattern. And we're going to go for that 30 to 40 degree approach into Liverpool now. So I'm going to go for maybe 10 heading here. Drop our altitude a little further. 2,700, 2,800 actually, that'll do. Go a little more on the heading. Go for 30. Right, so we wanted that sweet spot, so that gives us a 40-degree angle. And now I'm gonna, when we reach that 40-degree angle-ish, perfect, right, now I'm gonna turn off the heading, I'm gonna let the plane level out. I'm gonna turn off the heading and select the localizer button. And the plane should do all the work for me. So let's close the map and take a leap of faith. Maybe a bit too low. I'll keep her around 2,800. Here's our ILS system here. When this lines up with this line, it means we're in line with the runway. The beeping tells us how are level with the runway or not. Or it should do anyway. So we should start our roll manoeuvres very soon to get into approach. And when we're in line with the runway, we'll turn off the localizer switch and hit the approach hold switch. I'm going to slow us down a little bit as well to 190. Will it do it? There we go. The plane has started banking itself for the runway now. And we'll start reducing our height as well. 2,500. We'll get the flaps open. And we'll get the gear down. I have to say, it does seem to overcompensate a bit. Maybe I just haven't got the course right. Bring the altitude down even more. Ooh, we're very high. Oh, this is going to be another failed landing attempt. I suck at landings. Let's just turn the autopilot off and do this by hand.
Think rate.
Pull
up. Pull up. Pull up.
At least we got us semi in line with the runway.
Pull up. Think rate.
And auto throttle off. The auto throttle should have been turned off before I landed. But there we go, I've landed the plane from a rather dreadful ILS approach. Let's watch that back from outside. Nope. Map, instant replay, there we go.
Think rate.
Ah, beautiful. Bit of a tail skid, but we're down. That was an alright landing actually, considering how bad my approach was. I think I got the course wrong for the runway. My bad. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be doing more FSX videos and more X-Plane videos and more DCS World videos and blah 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 blah. But yes, I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe, like, comment, do whatever. Hit me up on my Facebook. hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.